Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. Today's video is going to be a book review, and I haven't done a lot of book reviews, but I really felt a strong urge to film a bunch today, so here we are. Today's book review is going to be about Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. You most likely know what this book is, either you've read it or if you've heard about it, but I've recently read it, and it's hard to say if I loved it or if I just liked it. Definitely did not dislike it. I really enjoyed myself while reading it. This will be a spoiler-free review. If by any point I feel the need to talk about the book more and it's going to involve spoilers, I'll put a spoiler warning so you can just skip a little bit ahead. But let's just get started with the review. I'm gonna start by telling you what the book's about, then we're gonna go with my what I liked, what I didn't like, and then my overall rating and just anything else that I feel like I want to talk about. Let's get started. Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. You will cry if you read this. Well, okay, no, I shouldn't say you will because everybody's different, but I did get a little teary-eyed. I didn't cry, full-on cry, but I did, I was like, oh my god, why is this happening? So let me just read you out the synopsis from the back of the book, because I'm the worst at remembering what books are about. I read this about a week ago and it's already a little bit blurry, so I will do my best for this review. So first of all, this is a brother's best friend type of book, so that's not something I've read a lot of, and I definitely like that a lot. I want to read more books like that. So if you ever have recommendations for a brother's best friend type of book, let me know. I want to know. We've got Tate, who is the sister, and then we have Miles, who's the guy that lives just across the hall from Tate's brother, and the two of them meet. There's a little bit of a connection. They chat, there's something there, but they both don't really want a relationship, so they agree on a friends with benefits thing. He's not looking for love and she doesn't have time for it, so they do a little bit of a friends with benefits thing, like I just said. But Miles has two rules, which is never ask about the past and don't expect a future. But obviously she starts to expect a future and wants to know about the past, so it's a roller coaster of a book. I think this book is very raw, and what I mean by that is that Colleen Hoover did not hesitate to put what she put in this book. If you know, you know, but she had two choices at the end there, and she chose that one, which is completely messed up and heartbreaking. I still think about it daily, not gonna lie. So yeah, basically in this book we follow Tate. Tate's chapters are during the present, and then Miles' chapters are, let me just double check, 6 years earlier. So we get to learn about his past while he's developing kind of feelings for Tate. And let me just tell you, Miles' chapters from 6 years earlier, they kind of freaked me out because he's a bit creepy and weird, but you do learn to love him though. But yeah, those first chapters from 6 years before, I was like, what? And I was just my sister read this before I did, and I was just telling her, I was like, are we supposed to like him? And she was like, yes, just wait. I was like, okay. Yeah, it is definitely a roller coaster of a book and will make you feel all the emotions, mostly sadness and emotional damage. And yeah, but yeah, let's just go into what I didn't like, and then we'll do what I liked, and then I'll give you my rating at the end. It's hard to say what I didn't like. I think mostly it's just Miles' weirdness from 6 years ago, and there is something that happens 6 years ago that I thought was just very weird, but it's a big part of the story, definitely. So I understand why it was there, but I wrote a lot. I did annotate this, by the way. Forgot to mention that I did. But yeah, so I wrote a bunch of times. I was like, what the heck? Because it was a bit weird. So I think, like, in a way I thought it was weird and I was like, why is this here? But also, like, it's part of the story, it's important to the plot, so it's like I didn't really like it, but I understand why it was there. So yeah, what I did like about the book, Miles' character is almost fascinating because you don't know what's going on with him in the present, and you get to learn about it in the past, and you slowly understand him. It takes a little while, but you do slowly get to understand him more, and I really love that. I love when characters have like that development and we get to know about their past and what happened to them and the trauma that they may have. This has a lot of trauma in this, so be warned. But yeah, I think that was like my favorite part. Tate is also very fun. She was fun to read about, but I see this book as like Miles' book, and Tate is like there. Again, I mentioned this in my November 9th review. I feel like that book was more about like Ben's story rather than a romance book. This is the same. Like, this is like Miles' story and then there's like a romance subplot. So I don't know why it's classified as a romance book in my bookstore, but here we are. Characters are very fun. I loved I can't remember his name, but Tate's brother, he was very protective of Tate, and I really liked that. It was sweet. So yeah, with this book, definitely more things that I liked than I disliked. I would definitely recommend it. Just look at trigger warnings, please. It's a bit traumatic for a book. Yeah. Overall, I give this book a 4-star. Definitely not perfect. There was like few things I would have rather not read about, but just overall was like a very solid 4-star. And I think this made me realize that I really like reading books that are like not only dual POV, but also like we see the past and then the present and it all like connects at the end. I really like that. So that's it, guys. That is my very small, maybe chaotic review of Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. Overall, I liked it. I don't regret reading it at all. If you made it to the end of this video, comment down this emoji. It relates to the cover and the cover relates to the story. Yeah. If you know, you know. I hope you enjoyed my video. I have a bunch of links down below if you want to check them out, and pretty sure this will be posted in March. So we have a new book for a book club. It's gonna be right here. If you want to join, the link is down below. I'm so excited to start that book. Like, again, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!